Keet is much bigger than Orkid. Orkid is definitely in charge. The females do run the pod. So it looks like we're getting started right now. There's Orkid right there in the center for you guys. I'm being joined by Jen, who's going to be with Keet, and Amber, who's going to be with Orkid. Now this will be a cool picture for you guys along the glass. Now Orkid is usually very gentle, she's very polite, but she's going to slide her whole body up and she might displace a little bit of water. It's going to be a cool picture opportunity for you. Whoa. There she is, about 6,000 pounds, 30 years old. Now you guys also might be wondering what Jen is doing over there with Keet. What do you guys do first thing in the morning? Well, maybe not first thing in the morning, but pretty soon after you wake up, what are you supposed to do?
Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth. Exactly. So that's what Jen is doing. That is just like a little water pick, like you could buy from Rite Aid or CVS or any store. And it's a little bit of pressure. It's kind of like Listerine, but not really. It's actually a little bit less powerful than Listerine. And we're just cleaning their teeth. That's all we're doing. And we do that every single morning. Also, for Keet and Orkid, we do it at night as well. And that's why. So Keet's going to show you half of his body. He's going to put his big giant pectoral flippers right on the side of the ledge here. And he's going to also sing a little song for you guys. Hopefully he can get it. Let's listen. No, he forgot the song, which is okay. Keet got that one wrong. So what do you guys think happens when the whales get something wrong or incorrect? Everybody watch Keet and Jen right now. Here he comes. And there it was. Did everybody see it? Nothing. If the whales do something wrong, guess what? That is okay. It is perfectly fine for them to get something wrong because learning is hard. If you guys start a new job or if you're in a new class or you're learning how to drive, sometimes you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get things wrong. It's the same thing with learning a new behavior if you're a killer whale. Sometimes you're going to get things wrong. And we definitely want to make sure that they know that that is okay. So we focus on things that they get right. We ignore things they get incorrect. Parents, you guys starting to notice a theme here? It's very much the same as raising a kid. You just want to reinforce the things that they do correct. Put that homework on the refrigerator. Things that they get incorrect, let's just ignore that. We'll try it again next time. Oh, Jen has what we call an environmental enrichment device. That is a boring word for toy. Keith got his little toy right there. We call it a surfboard. I don't know what Keith called it. But Jen asked him to swim around with it on his back. And Caitlin's on the side over there. I'm not sure if Keith sees her. So she might surprise him. Oh, there she goes. Yeah, you just saw her. Oh, hey, how's it going? And Caitlin's got some treats over there too. All right, Orkid's gonna slide up one more time for you guys if you missed it the first time. There she is.
Look at.
And one of the main questions we get here at SeaWorld is about their dorsal fins. Why some dorsal fins curve and some do not. You guys are probably noticing that with Orkid and Keet over there. Orkid, 30-year-old female. Keet, 26-year-old male. So it has nothing to do with their with gender. You can see it in female as well. But dorsal fins do not contain any bones or muscles inside them. They're very similar to a very dense and hard connective tissue, kind of like our ears and our nose and our Achilles. So they cannot move their dorsal fins. Can anyone fold their ears in half without moving them? I cannot. I haven't met anybody that can yet. But as soon as we find someone, we'll be on the news. But it's the same thing with their dorsal fins. They cannot move them. So I've heard a lot of theories about why dorsal fins curve, and the main one that I've heard, he must be sad today. He must be sad today. Well, he can't move it. He cannot move his dorsal fin. And I also assure you, Keet is the happiest whale in the world. That guy, he's got it made. So it has nothing to do with their mood. It has nothing to do with their health. The whales are all very, very healthy. Hi, buddy. In fact, I kind of talked a little bit about it a little bit earlier, but it kind of has to do with where they are. So it does happen a little bit more at a facility like Seaworld because the whales are at the surface a lot. We are at the surface, their food is at the surface, you guys are at the surface. So that's where they spend a lot of time. So sometimes that can encourage those dorsal fins to kind of curve over a little bit. Now this is going to be an awesome behavior from Orkid. Check out the center of the pool. Oh, did you call her back, Amber? No, here we go. Center of the pool. We call that a back dive. And Orkid can hear you. She can see if you guys want to put your hands together and give her a little woo. Yeah, there we go. I like the woos. I like the woo people. In fact, I'm going to give a free cookie to whoever gives me the loudest woo here coming up. I'm not paying for it.
I don't care about it. I don't care.
So you guys saw how high Orkid got out of the water, and then you saw how high Keet got out of the water.
No.
They all have their own individual personalities and likes and dislikes. Keet does not really like to jump very high. And guess what? That's okay. Now you can see Caitlin giving Orkid some ice. We don't always give them fish. Fish is very rewarding, obviously. That is what they need to survive. But they also like other things. For example, you guys are eating things right now to keep you alive too, right? How many of you only grabbed vegetables today? Vegetable and fruit. Not many of you, huh? I see a lot of cookies and some bread, mac and cheese. Probably not the healthiest items, but they taste really good. You guys are at SeaWorld. Go ahead and do it. They taste good. Well, what else tastes good are ice. Ice cubes, snow. We have non-flavored, non-sugar gelatin that the whales seem to enjoy. Watch this. Amber's going to give Orkid a giant double handful of ice cubes, and Orkid's going to dig it. It's just frozen water. We have the recipe. We know how to make it. It's passed down from ancient generations. Amber, that's my ice cube chunk. Do you like it? I'm working on it. We're getting there.
There's one of those?
It feels very much like that, yes.
Yeah.
You?
Wanna stay? You caught me.
Yeah. All right, so I talked about it earlier. Amber's going to ask Orkid to do a multi-behavior here. So she's prepping her with noise out of her blowhole. She's going to wiggle her pectoral flippers. Did you ask for a squirt too? She's going to squirt water out of her mouth. She's going to do a jump, and she's going to do it on the upside down. Everybody, camera's on the far side of the pool. Here she comes. Let's see if she gets them all right. 1, 2, 3. Looks like she got them. That was awesome. Yep, she did it right there at the end. Very nice. Huh? Yeah. All right, now let's see if you can do it. All right, so wiggle your pectoral flippers, squirt water out of your mouth, and bow. Okay, we got 3. All right, let's see if Keet can get it. Oh man, I'll be very impressed. Here he comes. There he comes in 3, 2, 1. Go, Keet, go! He tried. He tried.
Yeah, he's just not feeling it today.
So even though he tried, he didn't quite do it, but he tried really hard. We could tell Jen's going to give him some reinforcement right away. He tried really hard. He's a good boy. That's like asking me to slam dunk, Jen. It's just not going to happen. So this is kind of a new behavior that Jen and Keet are working on. Keet's going to pop up kind of like half his body and slap the water really hard with his pectoral flippers. Let's see if he gets this one. nice. Good boy. You guys kind of saw Keet's pectoral flippers right there. Check out Orkid's. One of the main ways to tell the difference between males and females are their pectoral flippers. Orkids are honestly about a third of the size as Keet's are. In fact, Keet, if you guys are sitting at a table with 4 chairs at it, like most of this first row is, second row, take a look at your table. That's about how large Keet's pectoral flippers are. Pectoral flippers also have 5 finger-like digits inside them. So if you were to take an x-ray of them, you would see what looks like a hand. And that's what he's going to use to maneuver those pectoral flippers to steer and stop himself while he's swimming around in the water. All right, folks, well, it looks like, unfortunately, it's almost that time for our interaction to come to a close here. As soon as I know what behavior we're going to send... Oh, it's a TNT. Okay, very cool. Keet's going to get his toy first at lightning speed. Here's the thing. Keet can swim fast. I've seen it. We've all seen it. He can swim very fast. He just doesn't like to. Here, Jen. All right, so they're going to ask Orkid and Keet to do a very natural behavior that we see whales do hunting all the time. The females will actually take salmon and giant schools of fish, herring, sardines, maybe not salmon so much. But did Orkid say no? Orkid said no. That's okay. Keet will do it. They'll go underneath giant schools of fish, take their very large tail flukes, go right underneath them and do one of these moves right here. Well, that wasn't quite as impressive. What I think is happening, I think Orkid is kind of saying, hey, Keet, you gotta keep your eye on me, buddy. Keet kind of went, all right. All right, Orkid's gonna show off her tail flukes now. Very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at Dine with Killer Whales. Give yourselves a round of applause. I don't think anybody got wet today. That's very good. Let's see, we have a 2:30 presentation and we have a 6:30 presentation as well. So we hope to see you at one or both of those. Honestly, for you guys, it should be review. You guys learned a lot today. You saw killer whales nice and up close. Speaking of killer whales up close, I'm not sure if we have room or not. It's very possible. But if you guys wanted to do our VIP tour, you've got about 45 minutes, maybe an hour to sign up for it. It starts at 3:15. And again, it might be full. I'm not sure. It's very limited spots, but you can inquire through that at guest relations. That splash warning is going to go back into effect because the animals are going to go on their own time again. And have a great rest of your day here at Seaworld. Thanks very much for coming out, everybody.
Did you guys want to see it? Yeah.